All right, man. From the east to the west, you rocking with the best. We here. It's your boy Corey. That's your guy Mel. He's over there in the West Coast, man. What you doing in the West Coast, brother? What's going on out there, man?
Handling this Lego business, bro. Handling this Lego business, Lego
Okay.
moving to the right, We out here at Brick-Centric. Man, I
Eccentric.
think it's tough. It's tough with the time change, man, because we're 3 hours back on this side, but my body is still 3 hours forward. 4 o'clock in the morning, like it's 7 o'clock in the morning, and my eyes are staring at the ceiling.
Yeah. Well, listen, man. What did Tupac said, man? California dreaming. You should have been dreaming, man, while you was in California, man. Before you know it, you back in Jersey. You ain't changed nothing.
Right, ain't changing nothing, man.
You ain't changed nothing.
They'll let you dream out here, man. They up 24/7, man. This is like
Oh yeah,
never
you
sleep.
know how it is.
They don't let you sleep out here, baby.
Yeah, man. But we gonna touch on Brick-Centric in another video because we want to know all the stuff that went down that weekend. I've been seeing videos from all over social media. It looks like a fun time. It looks like a lot of folks came out there, and I want to hear it from you directly because you was in the building. Y'all made me feel like I was a terrible person because I had two kid events, Saturday and Sunday back to back, so I couldn't get on no flight and hang out with y'all. But it's okay. We always got next year. Next year.
Yeah, for sure, man. We'll be back here next year. But yeah, man. Beyond the Brick wasn't around, so I had to pretend like I was Beyond the Brick. I was interviewing people, man, and they're interviewing people, and it went well. Shout out to my boy Shy, man. He hooked me up with his microphone so I can get my interviews on. The boy left his microphones at home, so but I'm in the market for some new microphones because the microphones he had was top tier.
Oh yeah. Listen, man. Speaking of Shy, I gotta get to the West Coast. I gotta do that stoop. I gotta be on the stoop with her, man.
Yes. I'm looking forward to shooting that stoop interview with him this weekend. So,
all right, we're gonna jump in there, man. So it is March, and March is considered Women's History Month. We had International Women's History Day, and today we wanted to just do a highlight. We wanted to highlight one of our sisters, man, and this is Sarita Gates from season 2. Now, we've mentioned her a few times on our podcast, but I want to talk about what she is currently doing. Okay. She is becoming a woman of the Lego. She is dropping all of these cool sets with her company, Most Incredible. Yes. She recently did the bamboo earrings. That got a lot of praise in the cultural community. Folks who grew up where we grew up around the early 80s, well, mid 80s, early 90s, bamboo earrings, LL Cool J, bamboo earrings, at least 2 pair, that was the thing. My sisters, they had the bamboo earrings, man. And then she came out with the hot comb and stove. Like, I'm not even a female, but I had sisters, so I know what that smell is. When my mom is using the hot comb and she's straightening out their hair and she's doing the styles, I'm like, I know that smell and I know what that thing feel like because my older sister, she used to say, hey, can you pass me the comb? And she ain't never used to tell me, don't touch that comb end. And I used to, and she knew it. Anyway, man, we're going to move on, man. That's going to unlock some childhood trauma. And she came out recently with the Grandma 10. The Grandma 10, you got the 10, you got the cookies, yes. I like the pretzel-shaped joints. And, you look at it, you're like, oh, some butter cookies. You're going to open up that joint, and all you see is some scissors and some yarn and some tweezers and all that other stuff. You get seller of some false goods in the 10. Some false goods in the 10. But she is bringing out all of these cultural relics of the past. And it's connecting people back to their culture. And I think the one thing that is really cool about this is, how Lego has the land. When a new set is coming out, you have your land members, they are out in full force. She has sent these sets to a lot of the Black influencers on TikTok, on Instagram, and they're the ones that are talking about the set. You know why? And no offense to our brothers and sisters out in the content creating world, but a white content creator may not understand exactly what a hot comb feels like in their hair. but a black content creator knows exactly what that feels like and knows exactly what those tools look like. So, it's the fact that you're dealing with something that's culturally connective, and then you have people that are building it and talking about it, and they're bringing their passion and their history with it. So, we want to highlight what Most Incredible is doing, because this is something that the culture truly needs. And I think Sarita is on the front line getting all this stuff out, man. But, what do you think about all the cool stuff she's doing?
I think Sarita is lifting in elevation. Lifting in elevation. That's the phrase. She's taking the black culture and the history, right, and what that means, right, and she's making these creations based off of that, and she's like distributing to the the black community that's in Lego. So she's making those community connections, and she's making them a lot faster than Lego has been. Which not not to smite Lego and their efforts of bridging the gap in communities, but they're on a global where Sharita's more like the neighborhood friendly Spider-Man, right? She's taking care of her community with
Yeah.
hopes to finally, and I guarantee, like, it won't take her long to go global. It won't.
Yeah.
She's got a nice business mind, and she's moving forward. And what a heck of a month it is for her. And you just come off of Black History Month, and now Women History Month, and she's
Mm-hmm.
steamrolling ahead. So I I just love the inspiration she gives. And man, like all those things. Like, look, I don't have no hair, but when I was a kid, I had hair. But
Yeah.
I do, me myself, I do remember, that tin, and Grandma put all her stuff in that tin, and I do remember the hot comb, because I lived with two sisters, and I had my mother, and like the smell of the hair, like you knew what time it was, so
Yep.
they used to run from that comb, man.
Oh
Um,
yeah. Oh yeah.
so, with that said, I just love that she's taking this nostalgic stuff and making it like you're bringing it back, so we don't forget about history. We don't forget about, the black culture, and we don't forget about our women, man. And I think Sarita hit the brick on the head on this one, because it's just, I'm loving it, man.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, man, we definitely want to encourage all of our content creators, whether you're in the land and you're talking about Lego sets,
Hmm.
or you're helping independent businesses like Most Incredible to
Hmm.
promote their sets. At the end of the day, we're all in the same community, and we all have different aspects of the community. I'm looking forward to someone in the Latin speaking or the Spanish speaking community to say, hey, I want to showcase my culture. Maybe I want to start my own business and see
Right.
if I can reach out to some of the Spanish speaking content creators to talk about it. I think that would be great for everybody. So keep up the great work, Sarita. We're proud of you.
Yes, yes, we love you, Sarita. Keep pushing ahead.
Yeah.
Next up, Lego and their new releases, man. Is they doing it again? It's back to back to back to back to back. I'm gonna go ahead and list them right now, and then we'll just go down and let's talk about it, man. So Lego's coming out with the Nike Air Max 95s. They're coming out with the Douglas Pan Am Airliner. You have the Jurassic Park Jeep Wrangler, the 1010 Moon Rocket. And there's some more that we're not covering, but let's talk about those, because those are the blockbuster boxes that are coming out.
All right.
So
Yeah.
Nike Air Max 95s. I'm this close to going to the store and going to buy. I'm like this close, and it ain't because of the set. It's because of when I was in high school, I was in track and field, and that was the joint to get.
That was the joy to get. You said you about this much. I'm about this much right here. Um, I'm not a fan of of Nike Max. There are some Nike Max that I do like.
Mhm.
With this particular joint, I wasn't really a fan of it when I first saw it. The air part, that bubble, that kind of bubble lettering, I
Yeah,
think that's kind of cool, but I wasn't really attracted to it.
yeah,
And looking at the original uh, Air Max and looking at the Lego rendition, there's a lot of features on it that I do like.
yeah.
There's one particular color that it does not hit me right, and that is there's a sand blue that they use for the gradients of the gray. I don't know, that doesn't hit me right. I think I may need to see it in person at the store in order to see, you know what, maybe I want to get this joint. But right now, I'm not too interested in the Air Max, man. What's going on with the Air Force Ones? Like, why aren't we getting these Air Force Ones, man? What's happening, man?
I don't know, man. Like our channel have the set, and we will review that.
Okay.
Like, once I get back, you know, we'll review the set. But yeah, I'm with you, man. I love. I hate to jump into it before I actually, you know, open it up and build it in, but I love the actual shoe, the craft of the shoe on this on the Lego set. But yeah, the air logo, right? I don't want to say the air logo, but I don't even know. It seemed like the whole set went left with the bubble letters and the actual. I guess it's supposed to be a drawer or something. That the stand that it sits on.
Yeah, it pivots.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I think sometimes and sometimes less is more, Corey. Like I think if they just came out with the actual shoe like they did with the Adidas, you put it in a shoe box. I think you would be on something, right? But I think for whatever reason they maybe they're trying to step away from the Adidas style how they did it. But I mean, I didn't have no
yeah,
like with the Adidas. Matter of fact, I still got a set out the box and still in the box with the Adidas. But um,
yeah,
I don't know. Less is more, and I feel like you if you subtract the logo, the Air logo, and that's not even the logo, but the bubbling letters, and you subtract this little drawer or system or the shelf thing. You know, if you subtract
yeah.
that, I think it'd be worth more.
I think so too. You raise a really good point with the Adidas. The Adidas was geared towards the adults, the Run DMC. Kids don't know about Run DMC. So that was more geared towards adults. So it had more of an adult approach, where the Nikes is more for the kids because you got the little mini figs and stuff like that attached to it. So I get what they're doing, but you know what? Kids don't buy sneakers. Adults do.
Yeah, they do, and they do indeed. All right, so next up, you got the Douglas Pan Am airline. I'm so mad I didn't get this one. No, like I can't get them. Well, I can't get them all, but I
Yeah,
definitely enjoyed getting this one. You know, because it's so nostalgic, like the shoes, right? And it's
yeah,
okay because I'll go in line and I'll go buy. So I ain't mad. Like
yeah.
if I don't get it, I'm just no. I'm a Lego enthusiast. I'll march down to the store and go get it. So no problem.
Right.
Um, and but I definitely get my thoughts on the airliner too. What do you think about the airline?
Again, it's Pan Am. Are these kids gonna know what Pan Am is? No. Pan Am it went out of business around the time when I started traveling when I was like an infant. So this is like the 80s. And I think Pan Am was out of business in the early stages of the 80s or something like that.
Yeah, the number
So
one airline, they used to be it. Like they
yeah,
were running the gambit. Like
yeah,
you go to the flight, that's the only flight that you're gonna get.
yeah. And I mean, kids are really not gonna know that, but I'm always a sucker for aircrafts. If you do a plane, if you do it right, I'm always gonna be a sucker for that. So I'm good with it. Am I gonna go buy it? Probably not. But I would encourage someone who's on the fence, like, yeah, get a piece of history, do that. So
Next up, you got the Jurassic Park Jeep Wrangler. I think that they should have led with this thing. You should have led with this thing. You know, we got the fossils, like, and that wasn't on our list, but you got the Jurassic Park Triceratops, the fossil, right?
right.
But and you got all the fossils and stuff like that. But I think you should have led with this because this is the nostalgic type of. You know what this is. I know what this is.
Yeah. You know what? Lego is always trying to dip their foot in the water, see what's popping, and I agree with you 100%, man. They should have led with this. I got the Jeep Wrangler, the Technic Jeep Wrangler set. That's one of my favorite Technic sets. So the fact that they're finally doing it with Jurassic Park, the original, the classic design of that Jeep Wrangler. That Jeep Wrangler is synonymous with the movies. So, this is what you lead in. All that other stuff, I mean, yeah, that's cool, but if I'm gonna go to the Lego store for any of these 4 sets, that's the set I'm gonna go for.
Yeah.
So I want that. I want that Jeep Wrangler.
Yeah, that Jeep Wrangler's fire. All right. Next up, last but not least, we have the 1010 Moon Rocket. Now, I remember this as a kid, and
Yeah.
this show's probably was out, like I want to say before then, but I mean it's so nostalgic, and it takes you down memory lane. But what do you think?
Um. So the I think the 1010 Rocket, the design, I think the design is amazing. This is convention quality design. Like that's something I would see at a convention. All right.
Yeah.
I think that the characters with it. Now, I'm not familiar with the movie. Either I didn't watch the movie, or I wasn't really interested in it.
Same.
But for those who are fans of that movie and that franchise, the 1010 Rocket is the perfect thing for you to do for rollout with. So I think it's great for those who are fans of the movie, but I'm not too interested in it.
Give me the Fantastic Four. Give me all the figures as Fantastic Four, and then give me their snazzy starship from the movie.
Oh, without a doubt, without a doubt. Let's do that. That's more recent. That's up to date. That was last year. I don't know when this 1010 movie came out. So
that's why I couldn't tell you, but it's something for everybody. Something for everybody. You can't complain about it. Something for everybody.
It's something for everybody, man. And I think we mentioned it last time, but the one that's going to be leading the charge is definitely going to be Luigi. The Luigi set that's coming out, that's going to be leading the charge when it comes to these next releases. That Luigi set looks fire. I can't wait to get that.
That is so fire that people who missed out on the Mario are buying the Mario right now.
Yep.
For this Luigi one.
As they should.
Myself, I think I'm gonna go get the Mario one and get ready for the Luigi, because you get one, you have to have the other.
And listen, man, if they did that, I mean, Peach, we talked about this. Peach got to be next. We need to get a Bowser joint. Bowser joint gonna be big.
Yeah.
But we need to get a Bowser joint. So keep it coming, Lego. Keep it coming.
Keep it coming.
Yep. Okay, man. My father, he was a plumber. Back in Jamaica, he was a plumber. And my dad used to say, if you have a leak, no matter how much you patch up the hole, the water is always going to find its way through another crack. So basically, if there is a crack, the leaks are going to come. And sometimes, even if you patch that crack, there's another crack somewhere where the leaks are going to come out. So the question has been posed, the leaks. Who is leaking all of this information about upcoming Lego sets to the detail?
Yeah.
From what the set's going to look like, how much minifigs, the piece count, the price, as if the person is sitting in the room with the executives writing all this stuff down. And then he's like, all right, good meeting, y'all. And then turns around and takes the pictures, sends it to their friends, and then boom, wildfire.
Yeah.
I'm not in the land, so I don't know. I don't know what you guys talk about, man. Who's leaking these leaks, bro?
You know who they are. They're right on Instagram. Like, and I list a few. Yeah, I list a few. But the core is that it was talked about, right? It's been talked about, and the core is that if Iceberg Bricks, brings up something, a set that's been leaked by these key players that are on Instagram or YouTube or wherever, that at that point I done validate the leak. But I don't, and I get that because I'm part of the land, and if I talk about it, that means it's supposed to be real, because you're supposed to be getting your news firsthand from me. You're supposed to be getting your news firsthand from me, but you're getting it from the leak, who's not a part of that, right? Well, we don't know that they're not part of it, but somebody's got to be a part of it, because, like you said, you got the details down to the colors of the minifigures, how many minifigures, the actual set number, how many pieces are in it, and when is it coming out? And so
Ain't
it's like,
nobody that good.
ain't nobody that good. You ain't that good to be guessing, man. You have the spreadsheet, and so you got the spreadsheet. So it's either a worker that's in the factory, somebody like you said up in corporate or something like that, or it could even be so much as far as an affiliate of Lego. And if you're an affiliate of Lego, you're privy to information ahead of time. And if that's the case, you can't get mad on us because what happens is like, you know, they're leaking out this information, and it's like, hey, well, if if Atavi Bricks is leaking out the information, now I'm gonna leak your name because you're leaking out the information. You're leaking it. It's there, like it's there, and like I
Yeah.
said. Like I said with this other person is that, hey, look, whatever you put on social media, you don't own. It's and it's privy to everybody. And so to me, like for me to talk about a leak and to get like because I talked about a leak, I think that's a little bit unfair. I think you need
Yeah.
to put a cap, Lego. I think you need to put a cap on the leaks.
Yeah.
You know how to keep things secret. You gave people NDAs. You know who Atavi Bricks is. You know who they are. You know who the other clown is, and I'll bring that up. But there's another clown that's running around with the leaks, and I say that it's not a guess; it's an actual factual, like either like descriptions of each set, and it's getting exhausting
Yeah.
to a point where like I don't even, I'm trying to shy away from doing these embargo images now because people will get their feathers all ruffled.
Right. And these feathers being ruffled, man, ain't nothing to cut these feathers. You know what I mean? But listen, in the corporate world, and in my past life, before Lego Masters and all that good stuff, I used to work at a corporation, and one thing that we used to do, we wanted to stir up interest in a future product that we're going to come out with. So what we would do is we'll say, okay, we know that this product is coming out in 6 months. We don't know what the market is going to look like in 6 months, but we could gin up enough support and enough people talking about it that when those 6 months hit, oh, we got the whole world waiting for what we about to come out with. So we should have people that would go and leak this information into the internet. They'll go to trade shows and leak information into trade shows. We'll even go to our competitors and leak information to our competitors. And as they're looking and as they're, waiting to see, oh man, what are these guys about to do? Boom, we drop it. So we already have everybody waiting to see what we're coming out with. I have a theory. Now, Lego is a corporation. I think Lego is the one leaking the information. Now, it may not be the people in the inner circle, but I think someone on the outskirts of those circles, as they get their information, they just turn around and oops, oh no, we just dropped all this information on your lap. We just gonna, rub our eyes, and then we're gonna take that information back from you. And that's enough time for people to write down information, take the pictures they need to take, and then they drop it on the internet, and then it gets spread like wildfire. Because now people are going to be waiting to see what the land comes out with. Because like, oh, this set is going to come out. It got leaked. I'm going to my favorite member in the land. I'm going to see if they have it. I'm going to see if they talk about it. And then boom, a week later, a month later, they talking about it.
Yeah.
It's a cycle, man.
Cycle. Yeah. Totally. I'm with you, man. I'm with you on that. Just directed your feet to Big Daddy Green's
pasta. I don't think that's how it went.
It didn't, but in this case, Corey, I post a eBay posting about a nice retired set. Maybe it's a green grocer, right? And Corey just spent about $2,000 on my posting, right? So when he gets his green grocer and he goes home to open it, it's all the bags are filled with pasta. You know why? Because it sounds the same in the box.
Listen, man.
That was the same.
I saw that video. Yo, listen, man. Listen, man. If someone was to do that to me, Hold on, let me see. All right, I'm gonna show y'all something real quick. I'm gonna show you one of my what do you call them? The unicorn sets? What do you call the?
Right,
I'm gonna show you one of my unicorn set.
Yep.
All right, so this right here, that's my white whale, man. My white whale. I got this on Facebook Market, and I met up with a family. They knew me from the show, so they gave me a great deal on it. So I'm like, all right, I'm so happy to have the set. I didn't even crack the set open. Didn't even crack it open. I trust them. I trust them. I don't want to crack it. But I can't imagine if I was to crack this thing open and I saw bags of pasta.
Yeah.
Somebody gotta get hurt, man. Somebody gotta get hurt. Somebody gotta get thrashed. I gotta get some toilet paper. Yeah. I gotta vandalize that house. Something gotta go down, man, because you ain't gonna get me for money, and then I ain't gonna have no Lego pieces in this. Yo, somebody gotta get hurt, man.
A few things that happened to me was that one time I had the Mini Cooper. I had the Mini Cooper. I bought it at a discount from a Lego store because it was a damaged box. I never opened it. Not once, never opened it. And it just sat on the shelf. So I realized I wasn't gonna ever build it. So I decided to sell it on eBay, right? Sell it at eBay. Matter of fact, the guy lived out here in California, right? And so I send it out to eBay. As soon as it arrived, this dude opened the box, and I'm sure what he did was he took all them bags out, whatever trash he had. He basically ziplocked some pieces in they were all in Ziploc bags and stuff like that. Threw them in the box that I sent him. Took a picture of it, sent it to eBay, and told eBay that I scanned them. So they made me pay for him to ship it back to me, and they gave him the money. They had me. So he really duped me. But eBay ain't trying to hear none of that, man. I was furious. So furious. And after that, I never sold anything on eBay ever again. And I didn't even buy anything on eBay ever again. I said, I'm done. I used to crack jokers. Like I used to crack this one joker. He used to dupe a lot of people on Marketplace with Lego deals. He basically would say, hey, look, oh man, you got that white whale set. Hey, I wanted two, this and that. I got these, Lords of the Ring minifigures or Harry Potter minifigures. Let's trade out, and I give you, I don't know, like 10 of these figures, which is worth that set. You send me the set, I send you the figs, and we call it even trade. Most people are like, yeah, cool, we'll do that. You send me that set, I never send you those figs. I say, my mom was in the hospital. I couldn't get to the mailbox. I couldn't. And this person actually did that. And so they would send that complaint to me, and I used to roast them right here on this channel. Used to roast them. And then come to find out when I did that, everybody in the Lego community that knew me was like, yo, that guy got me too. That guy got me too. That guy got me. And it was so bad that I think whatever Lego event that was happening, convention that was happening, the dude chose not to go because those people were waiting in line to get him.
As they should. See, listen, man. I mean, we live in a world of scammers. People trying to make that quick buck. People just trying to take advantage. And the Lego community is becoming a bigger community now, where people are doing all types of stuff. There's scalpers. There's people who, they break it into bricks and minifigs, just stealing the most expensive boxes because they know they could get money off of this. And people in the community, they're buying these things. They can get a set for $100 less than what everyone else is selling it for. You dang right they're gonna buy it and pay for it. Yeah. But make sure you ain't got no pasta dinner inside of that box.
If that ever happened to you, just go and buy the tomato sauce and make the pasta.
Might as well. You might as well. So a couple weeks ago, the Oscars came out, and some of us, we're interested to see who won for Best Picture, who was the best actor. Listen, man, history was made, man. The sixth black man to become an Oscar Best Actor winner was our boy from Newark, from Brick City, from New Jersey, Michael B. Jordan. Michael B. Jordan. Yo, fun fact, Michael B. Jordan graduated high school 2 years after me. If I got accepted into Arts High, I would have been in school with Michael B. Jordan. Would I have been bullying him? Probably not. Me and him probably would have been kicking it, watching, Dragon Ball Z growing up.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I had the grades to get the Arts High. So kids, this is a lesson for you. Make sure your grades are good when you're in elementary school, so you can get to those good schools when you get older. Anyway, so he won for the movie Sinners.
Yes.
So that movie Sinners, great movie. Very, very interesting movie. But he got the best actor and the best director. Also went to the name is flaking me right now. Coogler, Ryan Coogler.
Ryan Coop, that's
So,
another. Yeah.
so the community. This. We just talked about these people, man. You know what they're doing. They're already over there with the AI. Yo, we want to make this set. How we could do that. So now, people, there is a Fuego Sinners Lego set out in these interwebs, man.
Yeah.
It is not an official Lego set.
No.
Okay, not an official Lego set.
That's,
But we've seen some images of this set, man. Let me ask you a question, man. If this was Brick It or Break It, right? And Lego, let's say Lego, they say, yo, you know what? We're just gonna build this set. Would you break it? Or would you buy it?
if it came from Lego themselves, I would buy it. Because number one, I'm buying my favorite pastime, and then on two, I'm supporting the culture, right?
Right.
I'm supporting centers and all that stuff like that. So yeah, if it came from Lego, yeah, I would buy it. If it came from Lumi Bricks or any of them Fragos, no, I wouldn't want it. I wouldn't want it. I don't
But,
want it. I don't want that touching my hands.
but aren't you still supporting the culture?
No, you're not. Because I'm gonna tell you, unless Sarita went and used Lego, because Sarita used Lego anyway. She don't use the fake
Mhm.
stuff, and she created a sinners set. Um, then I'm supporting the culture. I do it that way, but Frago comes from one of the factories over in China, man, and you ain't supporting nobody.
Ain't nobody over there is giving back to the culture.
You gonna be like Leroy Green and be looking for the master, and you find out it's a fortune cookie.
It's a fortune cookie. Just a machine. Sun done going. Sun done going. Yeah. Listen, man. I would love to see something like this in maybe a future Lego set. I don't think that will happen because the content of this movie it is a horror movie, and Lego doesn't really do a lot of horror movies. The movie and the imagery and the content, I don't think it aligns with what Lego is all about to an extent. However, you mentioned Sarita. I would love to see a company like Most Incredible try to do something like this, or if someone in the community, we had that Black Panther bus and someone just recreated that joint. We also have the court. What was it? The jazz quartet. I would love to see someone try to do something like that as a center set. So, I think it's possible. So somebody out there make it happen, and
Okay.
your boy and Mel will be able to buy it.
Yeah. All right, here we go. I have the. Oh, wait a minute. It's more Frago. Mattel. In the news, you have the masters of the fake universe. You have Mattel trying to they're trying to recreate the what it was Mega Constructs made a nice Master of the Universe, but now Mattel is trying to recreate the Masters of the Universe Castle Grayskull, and it don't look so great.
It don't look like a gray skull. It don't look like a skull. You know, it doesn't even look. It doesn't even look like they cared when they were putting this thing together. I'm gonna let me see if I can pull this thing up, man. I'm going to try to pull this thing up real quick, man. Let me see something, man. Let me see if I can find this thing. Because you know there is a Masters of the Universe movie coming out.
Mm,
That is a movie that's going to be coming out.
yeah,
So I see what they're trying to do. They're trying to jump on it real quick before anyone else can do it before Lego.
yeah.
I don't think Lego that's going to stop Lego from getting in the game
Hmm.
and getting that, because I think some people would love to see a Masters of the Universe Lego set.
Hmm.
Um, let's see. I want to take a look at this. I want to take a look at this daggone thing. Let me see, Brick Shop. All right, I'm looking at this thing right now, man.
The
Yeah.
one that Mega Constructs looks way better, way
Mm,
better. It's more robust. It's a play set. It's the full scale 1-to-1, just like the actual play set, right? The one that
right.
Mega Constructs made. And now you got Mattel trying their crack at it, and I don't know what they were thinking, man. Like I don't know. Like it's white on something else,
Hmm.
and it doesn't look like any renders from the show itself.
And it looks like they got these little like even the minifigs or the figs, they
Mhm.
look like 3D printed joints. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't. I think what they tried to do is rush and get this thing out before. And again, it goes back to these leaks, man. What if Lego leaked to them like, yo, we're gonna make one of these joints, and they try to jump on it quick before Lego got a chance to drop their joint, you know? Um, I
But if
mean,
that, they're going to end up having to pull that from their shelves. Like if Lego get ready to make something, just like the Pokemon, you got to think about it, like the Pokemon. If you go to Mega Constructs, you don't see no Pokemon on their website. And we looked at that. You don't see none.
mhm,
So they have to take that plow and digitally plow all that stuff off of there because will be no money made if Lego's making it. Lego's going to make the money. And so,
absolutely.
indeed, you should. But I don't see Lego making a Castle Grayskull until they obtain the IP. And so for Mattel to rush and do this, and it's like, like you said, I think they're trying to rush before the movie, but you need to walk that back and redesign that. Like
Hmm.
my
It's
grandson better Castle Grayskull. You know what I mean? Like if that's what we're going for, you're not even on my level, and it don't take far to get to my level, but you're not even on my level, so I put my grandson on you. Like,
yeah. I mean, listen, man. I'm looking at it. I mean, I see the direction they're trying to go with, man, but this just ain't it. And it Lego, you ain't got nothing to worry about.
no,
You ain't got
Mattel.
nothing to worry about.
I think Mattel could be the next one to go under. First it was Mega, and then I think Mattel just gonna go under. Just go back to making the cars, Mattel.
Yeah, yeah. Stick to the cars. Stick to cars. People don't know the difference with the cars. People are gonna know the difference between that and a Lego set. Trust and believe. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Yeah, man. But listen, man. While you're California dreaming,
Hmm.
you know, hope you have enjoyed the rest of your trip.
Yes.
Out here in Jersey, the weather is starting to break a little bit. So it was cold. It's starting to warm up some, so springtime is here. I went to Rita's. I got my free icy, got my free icy, for this first day of spring.
Right.
Had some great events this weekend. But this week it's back to the basics, man. I got classes every day this week, so it's back to basics, man.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, spring break is next week, man. Spring break. But
So,
I'm working.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
working.
I'm working too, so no spring break.
I'm working.
I'm back on the
There's no
grind, man. Looking forward to the upcoming brick brick celebrations or conventions that are happening. You know, you got Slopes coming, you got Brick Bear coming, you know, you got Brick World coming. So I'm looking forward to, you know, reconnecting with a lot of the people from the Lego community and everything like that. Man, yeah, this was this California thing was quite the experience, man, and we'll talk about it on the next episode. Well, Chip, you got a report card coming, friend. You got. I've been walking through the event. I've been hearing, you know, my ear's been to the ground. I've been taking notes, and it's not to bash anybody because we're not here to bash you. We're gonna make you better, Chip. So we're gonna make you better. So
just letting y'all know, man. When it comes to grading, I'm the teacher that grades on a curve. You know, if I see my man struggling, but he giving out that effort, man, instead of giving him that D, I'm gonna give him that C minus. This guy on the other hand, right here, this guy right here, yeah, he see you struggling. Yeah, I'm gonna give you that D plus. I'm gonna give you that D plus. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to try back.
Man, what type of lesson? You know, if I gave you the curve, what type of lesson did you learn? Nothing.
You learned nothing. Yeah, man. But you know, enjoy it, man. I hope you get back, man, because TSA is crazy right now. So yeah, man. So hopefully we get things going back for those people so they can get paid, man. They working without a paycheck, man. That's tough, man.
That's unfair. Yep, that's unfair. And here's the thing, folks, is that, you know, whatever walk of life that you're walking right now, you know, at the end of the day, we're people. We got the same blood.
Yeah.
You put your pants on the same, and you out here trying to make a living for yourself. You know, you take the good days with the bad days, but find something to release positively in some negative times.
Absolutely. What a way to end off. All right, brother. Well, you know, folks, we're always gonna try to do better next time. So for them Fragos and them leakers, do better next time. All right, do better
next time.
Sarita, keep doing better. You're doing great. All right. I ain't got no flag for you, man. So
good night, America.
Good night, America.
Oh, it was funny on that Lego Masters panel.
I bet it was.
Talk about Will on that.